We're now joined by Carice Witte. She's the founder and executive director of Signal. Carice, thank you very much for being with us. Relations between the U.S. and China have really sunk to their lowest in decades in the last few years. Growing tensions over a host of issues: Hong Kong, Taiwan, South China Sea, trade practices, etc., U.S. restrictions on Chinese technology. Is there anything that the two leaders that are meeting today actually agree on?
That is a really good question, because you definitely hit the nail on the head. The expectations for the meeting are very low. It's the first time Biden and Xi will be meeting in person. And I think the one thing we know they agree on is neither one wants war. And everyone is concerned about Xi's interest in taking Taiwan as part of national rejuvenation for the great state of China. And this is something that has concerned experts and officials, whether there will be a kinetic effort on the part of China to do that. And it looks like neither China nor America is interested in that happening. And so this meeting will hopefully lay the foundations for an agreement on how Taiwan will be discussed and approached in the months and hopefully years going forward, that give China the confidence that the U.S. will not take any steps to encourage Taiwan towards independence.
So what can we expect, if you dive deeper into that, to hear from Biden with regards to Taiwan? Will we hear a public announcement, you think, with regards to Taiwan after that meeting regarding some kind of an agreement on a status quo, or would it, as always, with regards to China, remain behind the scenes?
It's very possible that Biden will announce that he maintains the one China policy, not the one China principle, the one China policy, and strategic ambiguity. This has worked well for the world in the Taiwan Straits for the last 40 years, and it, by all accounts, it is the best way forward. The U.S. has other areas where it can press its point. It has done so in the area of chip technology. We saw an incredibly wide set of restrictions imposed on China directly. There was no question there, no ambiguity. This was directed at China. China will not be allowed to get any advanced chip technology or the equipment or the personnel. And so I think this is an area that the U.S. is much more concerned about, that it can continue to lead in Fourth Industrial Revolution advanced technologies. That is really what will keep the world economy moving, and the U.S. wants to be in the lead.
Last, Carice, before we part, it's a time of turbulent markets around the world. The world is facing a recession, so it seems, or at least the beginning of. There is a second year of an inflation crisis around the world. So, and these two countries obviously are concerned more than anything with the economy. Could they come up with some sort of relaxation in this meeting of business ties that have been so difficult in the last few years?
Well, China is now much more focused on ideology than economic expediency. So that is one of the core drivers of the division between East and West, so to speak. And the economic goals of China are now put secondary to the political goals. So it's difficult to see how Xi Jinping might relax things to allow for more business and trade. Although he says that is a goal, we haven't seen too many signs of any kind of opening up or changes in zero COVID policy that would allow international investment to return to China. In fact, it's being pulled in the other direction. So I don't think we can count on China to strengthen the global economy in the near future. That being said, it's important to remember that China is great at course change. And once Xi feels he has set the situation and policies, et cetera, for China's national rejuvenation, as he defines it, it's very possible that things could open up in perhaps 2 years. But I think we're going to see tight COVID for at least another year and a half.
Okay. Carice Witte, founder and executive director of Signal, thank you very much. We'll just mention the meeting between Xi and Biden is expected to take place within an hour or so. So I'm sure you will be following it, and so will we here. Thank you very much, Carice.